Now, you may ask why I've been asked to welcome you this evening, and the answer is that my name is Pat Treacy. I'm a partner here at Bristows, and tonight I'm wearing a number of hats. First of all, the inspiration for this charity was Rosie Schweka, who was my partner here at Bristows in our competition team, and I found her, during the very brief time that she was with us, she was an inspiration. I came to admire her very, very greatly. So I'm here as a partner of Bristows to remember Rosie. I'm also here as one of the trustees of Secondary1st, and I'm very proud to be a trustee of the charity, because I think and hope that with the help of everyone in the room, it's going to do some fantastic work in the cause of research into secondary breast cancer. I also hope I'll be able to act as an enduring and indelible link between Bristows and Secondary1st. There are many links. My corporate and charitable partner Mark Hawes and his colleague Alex Evans set up the charity and dealt with all the legal formalities. My colleagues in our business development team, Alexanne and her team, helped to arrange this evening's fantastic launch event. Our charities committee here at Bristows has said that Secondary1st is going to be one of our charities of the year, our only charity of the year for the next 12 months. So hopefully we're going to be able to raise a lot of money for the charity. So there are lots of links between Bristows and Secondary1st, and I hope that over the years to come those links will strengthen. And with all of you, Rosie's family and friends and people who came to know her in many ways through her life, that we'll strengthen our links with you as well, because she was a fantastic person. I've also, having welcomed you, been asked to say a few words about some of the people who support the charity, and in particular the charity's medical patrons. At the moment the charity has 5 medical patrons. You can find details of who they are and their research interests on the charity's website. But very, very briefly, and they are eminent people who have got a long-standing link with oncology. We have Mr. Mohammed Al-Dubaisi, who was Rosie's breast cancer surgeon, and he's very eminent in the field of breast cancer care, and in particular in reducing the recurrence of breast cancer after treatment. We have Professor Louise Jones, who's a professor of breast pathology at Bart's NHS Trust. We have Professor David Miles, who's a consultant oncologist and, among other things, the lead clinician at the Mount Vernon Cancer Centre. And Professor Miles looked after Rosie during her 2 courses of chemotherapy. We have Mr. Marcus Ornstein, who's a retired surgeon but who had more than 40 years of experience and who continues to teach surgical science and who treated cancer patients with both primary and secondary cancers. And finally, we have Dr. Peter Ostler, who's a consultant clinical oncologist at the Mount Vernon Cancer Care Centre. He was also involved, I understand, in 2010 in the introduction of the first NHS cyber knife, which I find very exciting. And that brings me neatly, I think, to the overall patron of the charity, who is a doctor, among other doctors, who's a doctor who's interested in all things cyber, but he's not a medical doctor. And I mean, of course, Peter Capaldi. There he is. Who requires no introduction from me. He's had a stellar career on stage, on television, on screen, and all of the trustees are thrilled that he's agreed to be the patron of the charity, alongside our distinguished medical patrons and the corporate patrons. And he has actually sent along, he couldn't be here himself, I assume he's travelling somewhere out of the universe, sensible man. But he has sent along a message of support, which I hope you'll find interesting and informative.
Hello, I'm Peter Capaldi. I want you to stop and think about something that comes second, but that we need to start tackling first. Secondary breast cancer. It's a cancer that starts in the breast and then it spreads to other parts of the body. This is a disease that affects women and men everywhere. In the UK, 1,000 women die from secondary breast cancer every month. And that's why a new charity has been established, Secondary1st, and I am proud to be its patron. We want to raise money to help try and find a cure for this devastating disease. So please, give generously. It's time to put secondary first. Thank you.
So we've got some intergalactic help, although we do need some terrestrial help as well from all of you. I hope that all of you here enjoy the launch, the Spanish-themed launch event. Rosie was very interested in Spanish culture and language, so that's really why it's a Spanish-themed event. Setting up the charity has been a real labour of love by Elliot, by Rosie's family, by her friends and her colleagues. And a little bit later on, Elliot's going to tell you a little bit more about what went in to setting up Secondary1st. But until then, if I could just ask you, please enjoy yourselves, have a great time, and above all, remember Rosie and all of those people, men and women, who suffer from secondary breast cancer. Thank you very much indeed.